Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Common Sense Crypto Channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on QNT. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about QNT. It's going to be a relatively quick video. I want to point out some things that Gilbert Verdian had to say and why I'm so bullish on QNT at the same time. You know, I still look at this as a very good price point for QNT. This is a point where you should be stacking up because you got to remember, we're still in a bear market till we really start to take off. And once that happens, the only regret you will have is not buying more QNT at these prices. In a few years, 95% of the world will be using blockchain without even knowing it. QNT over Ledger will interconnect every blockchain seamlessly, enabling the world to mass adopt distributed ledger. There is no second best. And you know, that's what's coming. And you always talk to people outside of crypto, and even if they absolutely hate it, I always try to point out to them, listen, someday the day will come when you use crypto and don't even realize you're using crypto. And they're like, there's no way. You know, they always still think that the fiat system's going to be with us forever, but we see how fast that's changing right now. And I want you to hear this from Gilbert Verdian because it's very important around CBDCs.
So I was the chief security officer of all the payments infrastructure for the Bank of England. So basically keeping the pound safe. And so this is trillions and trillions of pounds flowing through the network. My role as the CISO was to keep the economy running and to keep the payment network safe. So just as a side note, the amount of volume that just the UK faster payments network processes every couple of hours is more than what Bitcoin does in its whole market cap. So Bitcoin is still small in terms of its volume. The financial infrastructure out there does a lot more, and then there's this large value as well, which is the CHAP system. So that's the cross-border settlements, exchange settlements, settlement accounts with the Bank of England. They're on the CHAP system, which is even more. So there's trillions flowing through the system, and so what I wanted to do was, I'm a experienced enterprise guy that understands the system, and I've seen a lot of kind of like utopian views of decentralization, and I'd have to say the world's not going to decentralize everything. It's a bit dystopian to think that we're going to turn everything that we've ever done off because it's centralized and then go into a complete decentralized model with complete decentralized governance and it's going to work. I don't think that's the case because there is too much investment and processes that have been not just money-wise but have been built over the years that power economies and health systems, government systems, cross-border trade, financial systems, whatever they are, we can't turn them off. So what I wanted to do was we need to complement those. We need to take what exists already and allow it to benefit from blockchain technology and distributed technology without disrupting it and turning it off and making the C-level in those organizations uncomfortable.
What I like what he said there is two
So
things.
the chief security officer.
Number one, he said that not everything is going to be decentralized in the future. And QNT or Quant is not out there competing with that. It's just going to complement it. It's going to make it better. And it's trillions and trillions of pounds that he's talking about, or trillions and trillions of dollars. And when you see somebody talk like that, that makes you aware of the fact that every government's going to want to work with this company because they're not out there fighting against each other. They're just making a better system for everyone. And it's kind of the same thing you see happening with Ripple and XRP. QNT and Quant is no different. They're not out there to change the world. They're out there to make the world better. QNT partnership with UST Global. UST Global is tapping into QNT over Ledger technology as they offer financial institutions a platform to tokenize and issue central bank digital currencies and other digital assets. Now, the one thing I like about this is the fact of tokenization is going to be so important in the future. People are really overlooking that. If you're invested in a cryptocurrency and it's not tied to tokenization, get out of that cryptocurrency and get into something that is, because tokenization is going to be so massive in the future, and any crypto that's tied to it is going to gain a lot of value. I mean, you got to talk about carbon credits, and you got to look at everything else around us. People are going to be tokenizing vehicles in the future and real estate. It's a massive, massive industry, and it's nice to see that QNT will be tied in there as well. But then there's this, and you got to hear this. And I'm telling you right now, if this does not make you buy QNT, nothing will.
For Quant Token, it's not just to run maps, and it's not to access the network, but it's also to be able to connect. And one of the roadmaps that we've got is we want to connect the internet to blockchain, and that's a powerful statement. And if you really think about it, you can't do that today. You can't really connect from the traditional internet to the blockchain, which we're calling the internet of trust,
right?
Easily. You have to come and go through, servers and connect into the distributed network and whatever. So the Quant tokens are a vehicle in order to be able to connect, these two mega networks together, and they have a bigger purpose that's in our roadmap coming up.
For the first time, we're able to honor the original vision of the internet with blockchain technology, and that's what we're building. We're building, we're really building the tech to create the internet of trust, and our technology is shaping the next evolution and generation of the internet, and that's what's really exciting for us. The vision, what we're doing is replacing the centralized web, and if you think about it, it's becoming obsolete. The value that was created with the centralized web is around the application layer. The protocol was quite small and not that much focused on, but now it's the other way around.
The internet is only delivering to 10% of global trade. It can only service 10% of global trade. And so there's a whole 90% of trade that happens which doesn't really use the mechanisms and the systems of the internet. And that's what blockchain solves. It solves the other 90%. So there's going to be a new internet that is going to dwarf the current existing internet and the way we actually operate as a society. So we're building the foundations to the new internet. And what we're doing is we're laying that foundation for the next internet. Basically re-architecting the fundamental systems.
If that does not make you want to buy the QNT token, nothing will. And did you take notice how he said it's going to be a much bigger internet? And the QNT token is going to be used to bridge the internet. That's massive. And I want to point something out around QNT. One thing I don't like about XLM, and I'm an XLM holder, is that whenever you do a video on it and you talk about Stellar seems to be working with USDC more than working with their own token, XLM. It's like, how is XLM going to gain value if everything that Stellar does, they utilize USDC instead? The thing about Quant is they actually utilize the QNT token, and there's a lot less QNT out there. That's why I always said this is a cryptocurrency that if you don't get in at cheap prices, you're going to regret it. And if you don't buy at least 10 QNT, you will regret it in the future. So then there's this Quant Network and Constellation Network partnership. So the integration explained in recently released paper, An Internet for Automation with Internet of Things and Edge Devices, outlines how Constellation and Quant will provide robust security for Internet of Things and interoperability of data between systems and devices for use case like connected cities. Smart or connected cities can use Internet of Things to develop and connect digital ecosystems that have many benefits, ranging from improved energy distribution and more efficient waste collection to connected cars and better air quality. In recent years, billions of dollars have been invested in the development of the connected city, but progress has been held back by the lack of sufficient, powerful, secure, flexible, and interoperable technology. able to interconnect the many blockchain technologies currently used. This new partnership will change this. So you see how QNT and DAG are coming together for smart cities of the future and Internet of Things. And again, there's going to be a lot of payments going on inside of there as well. And there's going to be a lot of data. And data has value. And it continues to grow year over year. And that value rises at the same time. That's where we are. You know, everybody always says, how come QNT isn't at a much higher price right now? It's because everything is still getting built out. You know, nothing happens overnight. It takes time. And if you have the patience and you have the positivity and you know what you hold, you can wait out that time for the reward that comes in the end. That's why I always tell you, you know, I try to keep you positive, keep you holding, get you there. But again, you got to see the big picture. And I'm telling you, QNT is going to be an absolute powerhouse of the future. This is a cryptocurrency that's going to be able to enrich you beyond your wildest dreams. If you hold this crypto long enough, it's going to hit six figures. I could tell you that right now without even hyping it up. Because if you look at how it's going to connect every single blockchain out there together, there's a ton of value there. This crypto is also going to be utilized all along the way. It's going to lead to a time where if somebody doesn't sell QNT, you can't buy QNT. We are going to get to that point. And anybody who doesn't believe that absolutely doesn't understand this cryptocurrency at all. And I didn't want to hype it up in this video, but I wanted to show you why you should be bullish about QNT. Be bullish about what you hold. But with that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you watching my videos. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.